Howdy folks, this is Checkers back again with another Fallout 4 video here today to take a look at the second in a series of special switches in power and connectors in Fallout 4, and that is the delayed on switch. So if we open up the settlement interface, come over to power, come up to connectors and switches, and come on down the line to delayed on switch, we see that it requires 2 copper, 2 wood, and 1 ceramic, and of course power. We'll set that on down right there, and let's connect it to this conduit which leads to that light over there, and we will connect this conduit to the delayed on switch. Now we see that after a certain amount of time the light came on. If we use the switch again, the light will go off and the light will come back on. So basically power runs constantly through this switch, but we can interrupt power for a certain amount of time. And if we open up our settlement interface again, we can take a look at what we need to do to change, alter, and use that. So first let's put a terminal down, and then let's come back over to switches and put down a switched power pylon. Let's say right about here. And we're going to break this connection and make a new connection, from this conduit to the switched power pylon, from the switched power pylon to the terminal, and from the terminal to the delayed on switch. And finally, before we exit the settlement interface, let's come over to defense, traps, and put down a saw blade trap. Right there. And we'll just leave that for a moment and exit out of the settlement interface. So now we can still interrupt power for a short amount of time. Let's change that to something a bit longer. So come into the terminal and delay switch control, and let's change that to a 4-second delay. Okay, now I don't think that's going to work, which is why I built the switched power pylon, because it'll let us reset this more easily than disconnecting power and reconnecting power. Now as power comes through, after 4 seconds the light comes on, so if we use this again, 1, 2, 3, 4, light comes on, try it again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now let's look at why I set that trap over there. Let's say that you have your awesome saw blade trap running in your settlement, and basically it's running constantly, but let's say you want to get to the other side of that trap and you don't want to risk getting hit by it. One of the practical uses for this switch would be to use the switch, run past your trap, and everything comes back on as soon as you're free and clear. Now this trap isn't so fast that you can't run by it, but you know, it is one practical use for it. As we go further in this series, I'm sure we'll find others. But for now, that is an introduction to the delayed on switch, a look at how to control the time setting for it, how to reset it, and a practical use via traps. Once again, this has been Checkers with another Fallout 4 video. I would like to remind you that I have a Twitter link in the description of the video and on my channel main page. If you're on mobile, it'll be on my channel about page. Also, if you look in the upper right hand corner, you will see a small letter I with a white circle around it. These are cards and links to other videos that I've made. I would like to thank you for watching. I hope you found the video informative and maybe just a little entertaining. I would like to invite you to subscribe, like and share if you so desire, and ask you to please take care.